Yes, we're there. Hello, good evening, everybody. We are live. That was a technical hiccup, but that was just user error in this case. Hello, everybody. Good to see you all. We're live Friday night play night, and we're going to have some fun tonight. We sure are going to have some fun tonight. So good that you're here. Let me see who is here. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Carla, Vicky, Robin. Lots of people already. So good to see you all. We're going to have some fun tonight. That's all. We're going to play. Yeah. Hi, Celine. Good to see you all. Yes, I was cold, so I was wearing my sweater. But I won't put on the hoodie. But yeah, I was cold, so I was like, okay, put on some pink. Because we're gonna play tonight. So yeah, Friday play day, as Els always says. So good that you're here. Don't forget to like, share, and comment to be able to win the $50 gift certificate. Monday, that winner will be announced for this week. Thank you, Inge. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight. I'm gonna be playing with Elizabeth Craft Design's watercolor paints. Love that stuff, and I'm gonna try some new stuff with it. And share that with you. So that's going to be fun, I hope. If it fails, well, it'll fail. We'll see. But yeah, we're just going to have some fun. So welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And again, don't forget to like, share, and comment. Thank you for that, Linda and Vicky also. Good to see you all. I'm just looking at the comments. If you're thinking, why is that guy looking over there? Well, that's because that's where my comments are. The watercolors are fantastic, Els. I love them too, you know that. So that's why I'm going to use them tonight. I've got them right here, all ready to go. So you know what? We're going to switch the cameras around so we can have a bit of fun, shall we? Let me do one thing first because something is in my screen. No, that's not working the way I want it to. Why is that? There we go. Now it's all fixed. Right, let's switch the cameras around because I think it's time to get started, shall we? So, what I've got is some watercolor paper. We're going to use that tonight. I've got the stamp set from the ATC special, and I've got the stamp set from the Lost in the Woods special kit. Love this still. And I'm going to use some bits and bobs from that. I've got some stencils out, not sure we get to that, but you never know. So let's just get started because I'm going to start with just the watercolor paper. And there's a smooth side and a slightly textured side. I want to work on the smooth side tonight. I'm not going to tape this down. I'm not a watercolor artist. I'm not. So I'm not pretending to. But I don't want to tape it down because I don't want the border. But I did see another trick. And just going to try that. So that trick is to spritz the back of the card, make that as wet as the front, and that will sort of stick to your craft sheet. And then I will soak the front of my paper. Then I've got a big old brush, but I'm going to start with a smaller one. I've got my color palette right there because that's what I'm going to use. And I'm going to start with this color, the greenish blue. And that is this one, and I'm gonna activate that and put that on my little palette there because I'm gonna need that later on as well, so I might as well just do that. There we go. Wet that a bit more. Thank you. Good morning, Karen. It's good evening in the Netherlands, but good to see you. Right, I've got a big old brush here, and what I'm gonna do with that is I'm going to pick up the color that we just put on the palette, and I'm going to sort of put that on here and just let that flow and do its thing, dabbing a bit, swirling that a bit out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make something on here, and then I'm going to cut that up into ATC cards. That's the plan. So just doing like this. I'm going to spritz that a bit, and I'm going to spritz as an angle, and what it will do, it will wick out. You see? It will push the color out. That's what I want. Same here. So I'm going to manipulate that watercolor on here. And that will thin it out a bit, but that's fine. We're going to build layers on here. Rain. Should it be snow, Teresa? Oh, so the snow is melted, Els. Let me dry this a bit. Then I'm coming in with my smaller brush. Just needs to dry this a bit first. Hi Sandra, welcome. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to intensify some of the borders that I'm creating now by drying. And it's the same color, but I'm using a smaller brush, so that will be a lighter, sorry, not lighter, more intense application. I just want to create some depth on there. This is still not dry enough. It needs to be a bit drier. So the same here. I'm sort of creating texture on there by doing it like this. Thank you for liking, sharing and commenting. It is a fun technique, Els. It's just using the shapes that it gives you. Now, I don't want the hard lines, so I've cleaned off my brush a bit, and I'm just gonna make that a bit softer. Sort of blend that out, and that's the fun bit about the watercolors, that it's quite forgiving. So I'm just gonna blend that out and build up the different layers. So what I'm doing everywhere is the inside of the lines that I created. I'm going to blend out a bit and dry again. So just picking it up now because the heat can go through then, because it can dry a bit more before I move on to the next step. And that next step is that I'm going to clean my brush. Pick up some of that dark blue that's next to it, which is one of my favorite colors. You see that? That's a really dark, intense blue. And when it's dry, it looks like Uncharted Mariner of Tim Holtz. But we were first with this. Okay. So, I'm multitasking, guys. You see that? Okay, what I'm gonna do now is just very lightly gonna go around here, intensifying the line I just made. And because this is watercolor paint, it will mix and blend with the other lines. And I will do that even more in a second, but I just want to add some of the intensity. No, this is not soft finish cardstock, Femke. This is watercolor paper. Because if I would do this on the soft finish, that would be too much for it. So no, it's not soft finish. Sorry, Belinda and Femke, it's not soft finish cardstock. I love soft finish, don't get me wrong, but this is not. So, okay, that's enough. Clean my brush off again. Hey, Nora. And I'm going to soften that line again by making it wet again. It's just dry, I know, but I just want to soften this up a bit. And that's the beauty again of this watercolor. You can really blend that in, make it softer. And because of these different layers and the drying of the layers, you get real depth, and it's only just 1 or 2 colors that I'm using. So that is that. Just working this out a bit more there. I'm not completely making them vanish, the harder lines, but I just wanted them to blend a bit. So I'm just gonna spritz that a bit more so that it bleeds out even more, and drying that at the same time again. So yeah, if you would do that on soft finish card, it would actually yeah, just break up in pieces. You'll be surprised how much soft finish card can take. It's a lot, but in this case, not that much. Right, now I'm just finally drying. I love this. Yeah, it does have something to do with, it looks like alcohol ink almost. It's because you wet it and dry it, you get this texture in there. But we're going to give it way more texture because I'm going to stamp on this. But for that, it needs to be completely dry. So what I'm going to do, there are some puddles there that I don't want on there. Well, I hope it's not a bird because I will cut it up in pieces in a minute. Just dabbing off the excess water on there, and then look, this is what we get. Just let me dry that further, because remember we sprayed water on the back, so this is wet as well. And I need it to be dry to be able to stamp on. Well, it's art. You can see in it whatever you want to see. Funny, you guys. Mouse and... Okay, I think this is dry enough. Now let me see if I can sort of bend that back in shape. Because it's paper and it doesn't have a memory, Tim Holtz always says, so, well, let's see if he's right. Because my paper seems to... Oh no, it's flattening out. That's good. Right. What I need is my bubble wrap stamp from the Lost in the Woods special kit. And I'm going to put that onto a block. And I'm going to use this big brush to pick up some of that darkest color. And just, I'm going to spray this, brush this on. Just like that. So I'm just putting the paint directly onto the stamp. Just like that. And then I will stamp that right over that, like so. There. So, love that. So I'll do that again. Just quickly. And stamp that this way. Like so. Perfect. Then I will take my paper towel and just dab off the excess, because I don't want it this dark, but I just want the texture on there. So, there we go. That is that. See, stamping with watercolor paint. I love it. I love it. Right, next I've got a gift card here, or actually it's a hotel key. That's boring compared to what I'm doing else, but have fun. See you later. So I'm going to pick up more of that paint and just put that onto my... Oh, there's a bit of green in there. That doesn't matter, we'll just mix it up. Just put that on there. And with that card, I will just pick up that paint and I will just put that in stripes onto my panel that we made. That will give it another layer of texture. And that's what I'm all about today. Texture, texture, texture. And some coming down. And coming up. I'm just playing and I could, but when it's dry, it's watercolor, so I'll just spray it and it's clean. So I'm not too bothered about that. You know me. Ooh, I'm loving this. I want the shorter end, so let's do that. There, that's enough. Let's clean up my mess. There, stamp is clean. Clean off my card because, well, if I use another color, then I'll be down the drain. Right, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to spritz on this a bit. Let me prepare because, yeah. I'm going to do some heat embossing on that. And I'm going to do that using water. So I'm just going to splatter on there. You see, just some water on there. And I will cover that with my embossing powder. Now, I don't want it everywhere that it's splattered, but that's the benefit of doing it like this. I will take a brush in a minute and I will brush off what I'm not going to need. So that needs to be a clean brush, David. This one. So I'm just gonna brush that off. When I'm doing lives, guys, I'm not that bothered about cleaning stamps because, well, I'm not bothered cleaning stamps anyway, to be honest. But you don't want to see me watch me clean everything off, so I'm just playing, and as everybody says, you do you, right? Okay, this is going back in. Oh, throwing everything out. Oh well. There we go. That's gone. Now I'm going to heat that. Now if I heat that from the front, that will melt wrong. So I'm heating it from the back. Because otherwise I will blow everything up, I think. Well, this is taking me way too long, so I'm going to try it the other way. See if it works. And if I blow it off, I blow it off. No, it's working. Okay. So, no specific ink, just water splatters. Well, as long as you heat emboss it quickly, then it will stick to it. Now, if you watch it closely, you can see not everything is melted, which is on purpose, because I don't want it everywhere, but I need it to cool down for a second. And then I will just go over this and rub off what's not melted. There we go. That's better. I love this. So, one last thing I want to do is, and that is put some black splatter on there. I've got some black ink, oxide black, and I'm just gonna put a tiny drop on there. Where's my splatter brush? Well, I'll take this one. Why not? Take this one. And I will just lightly, David, lightly splatter this with black. Creating another layer. There we go. And dry again. Hi Renee. Good to see you here. You know what the fun bit is now? Now I'm going to chop it up. That's going to be a really cool effect. I promise you. Now I've got my die cutting machine over here, so I'm going to be die cutting a while. I just want this black ink to be dry. But yeah, look at the layers and the depth on there. I love it. Hi Ivor. Hi Margaret. This is a beautiful page in a journal, right? I would just add a sentiment to it, and I would love this. But in this case, I'm going to make ATC cards. So I'm going to have that onto my mat, and I'm going to position my two. Well, I'm lucky enough, I've got two dies. So, well, it's also lucky for you, because otherwise you have to wait twice as long. So, and I'm going to die cut these out, and I want them to stay as close to each other as possible, like that. There we go. and run that through the machine. Okay, that's one, that's two. Let's do the other ones. Or the other two, I should say. But this is such a fun technique to make beautiful ATC cards. And we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. There we go. Now look at that. These are some fun ATC cards, right? I love them. So, next step. I'm going to take a smaller block and I'm going to take, where did I leave the stamp? Here it is. This stamp set from the ATC kit. And I'm going to take the tulip. You see, it's a tulip. We're in the Netherlands. Well, I am. So, a bit of Dutch legacy. I'm just picking up a bit more of that of the paint, putting that onto my little palette, like so. Take my stamp, put that in the ink, just take off a bit of the excess. This is too much, David. Do that again. Just do it like this. Yep. I'm in Lelystad, where I live, and I'm going to stamp that tulip on there. Oh, love that. And the second one over here, just do it at a different angle. Okay, perfect. This one over here, again at a different angle. And the last one. Well, I like this again. Okay, perfect. I'll clean the stamp. There we go. That's nice and clean. There we go. Let's dry this. Dordrecht. Ah. Well, in the Netherlands, nothing is far away, right? Thank you, Terry. Just this final bit here. Okay. Is that dry? If not, I'll dab it off. There we go. That's dry. So, these are my 4 cards. Let me clean my brush. There we go. Put that in a safe spot. Put this to the side. Because I've got sentiments cut out. These are all stamps from the ATC kit. So I'm going to use those, but I just need to trim them to size. So I'm going to cut this off. Just trim that like so. So one card is going to be Hello Wonderful. There we go. Hello, wonderful. Dream big. I'm cutting, guys, so I can't read the comments. Compared to other countries, the Netherlands, nothing is far. Even without a driver's license. I used to work in the UK, and trust me, in the Netherlands, nothing is far. Even with public transport, compared to the UK. It's just what you're used to, right? Absolutely, would be great on a card, but that's, I think, the fun bit with ATCs. Yeah, you really do you fairly. You create, and then you get ideas, and you transfer that to an art journal page or to a card. Way of life, that's going to be there. Big dreams is going to be here, and then break the rules. I shouldn't recommend that. So, break the rules. I want the th on a separate word as well. So, and then I'm going to do something fun with this. So that's why I had to dream big. That's going to be on here. There we go. From the same ink that I used, this one, the same ink that I used to splatter with, I've got a deep gold. And what I'm doing with that, I'm just going to put that onto my acrylic block in a line, like that. Then I'm going to take my tweezers. Oh, I did not cut this one straight, did I? You could have mentioned that. There we go. And I'm just going to dip that bottom part in there and let that dry. Same with the word wonderful. Doing that to all the words. Way of life. Dream. Oh, that's annoying when the teachers are on strike. And break the rules. That's the last one. Break the rules. Yeah, I know it's upside down. It's not... it's not upside down, by the way. It's not straight, that's for sure. But it wasn't stuck down yet, ladies. I'm going to tell you, bear with me. I just want to do the last one, rules. So what this did, it created a nice gold line at the bottom of my sentiments, which is fairly the only reason I'm doing this. This is Amsterdam ink. Rosalie, this is Amsterdam ink, acrylic ink, and yeah, it's fun stuff, I must say. Okay, so just quickly dry this. Hi, Diane. Well, it's something different than black. It's gold. Right. Stick this down. So, break the rules. that's the first one done. Then dream big. Thank you, Rosalie. Dream big. Put that one there for a change. Way of life, there. And then the last one, hello wonderful. I'm going to put here at the bottom. So, I'm loving these. So, I'm going to leave them as is. Am I, or am I going to, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to do one more thing because I like that. I'm going to take this little butterfly from the ATC kit. I'm going to take the butterfly and the moth. I'm going to take the moth, I think. I think that'll fit better. And then I will just stamp that out. Just one here at the bottom. Beautiful. One here. So I'm doing this in different places. I'm not using black. I'm using the Twilight from Versafine, because I think that color matches it beautifully. Nice one. And the last one is going to go, well, right there. There are no rules in crafting, in my opinion. So these, and I'm not going to make the pages today, but these are going to go into a page in my little TN, which, well, you know me by now, I've misplaced that. The cork TN. I'm going to make a page holder for these. And when I'm at a store doing a demo or something, I will have these with me to trade. So I'm going to finish them off, do something at the back. But these are fun little cards. Let me hold them up. Great, right? And this is all stamped with watercolor paint, and it does give it a different effect than using a stamping ink. So that's those. But now, this was quite an elaborate thing. Let me show you how to do it on a card that's already prepared. Because we're not done yet. We still got time, so I'm going to continue playing. Do you mind? I don't think you mind, right? Okay, just clean up this mess, because I don't need the blue. Because I'm moving into the pink side of things. I think I threw everything out of the door I learned in school. Well, not everything, but yeah. Okay, so I'm going to use, yeah, I think I'm going to use these two colors. And I've lost the brush. No, I did not. It's here. No, that's a bit long, Diane. But I will continue because I had the plan. So I'm just picking up this pink. Can you see it? Oh, I'm out of frame. Sorry. This pink. Here, putting that on here, and then I'm just gonna dab that on there. I've spritzed this with water, And I'm going to let that flow out. Just going to let that do its thing. Just by dabbing the color on there, it will flow. And if it's too intense, I will take a paper towel. I can't think today. Got no excuse that I had a busy week for work. I've been enjoying some nice time off. I have been busy, but yeah. There we go. I just wanted that to be a tiny bit softer and lighter. And then I will just blend this out again. So fairly it's the same technique as we did before. Okay. Next I'm coming in with that really dark red. This burgundy color. This. And I'm actually loving that color. And just on the outside I'm gonna lightly dab that to create that darker Hi Penny. Okay, that's enough. I will just dab that with a bit of clean water and let that flow out again to soften it, the lines up again. Okay, let's dry this and see where we are at, shall we? Just dabbing off some of the excess, which will make it lighter as well. And then I will just spritz it a bit to let it flow out again. There we go. And that brings it to life almost. Softens up the lines and gives that layered effect. I'm missing a lot of the conversations going on. You see, this always almost gets that same, hi Stephanie, the same alcohol ink effect, which is cool. I love that. Just drying the back. So, next I'm taking my stencil. Am I? Yeah, I'm taking this stencil, I think. Yeah, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brush. If I don't like a color during live, I just see no. Oh, okay. Well, you just missed the blue, Stephanie. I made some fun blue cards. I'm going to take the lightest color and I'm just going to do it like this. Color the back side of that stencil. And I'm only going to do half because I don't need to do the whole thing. Then I will just clean off this bit here. And I will turn that over. And press that down onto my card. Hold it in place and just use my paper towel to press it down. Why do I use the paper towel? Because then I will pick up everything that comes through, you see? Otherwise that would have been staining the card and I did not want that. So there we go. Another beautiful texture on there. So stamping with a stencil and watercolor. So we're extending. We started just with stamping, but we're going back to stamping now actually, because I want this stamp, a circle one. Ooh, something just flew out of there. It's not alive, so that's good. And I'm going to use the same technique. I'm going to stamp with a color again, but this needs to dry. I'm going to use a brown to stamp with, I think. Yeah. Oh, that's black, David. That's not a brown. This one. I'm a guy, I can't do two things at the same time, right? And then I will just go over this with the pigment. And go opposite of that circle, like that, and press it down. You see that? I just love that. So I will clean this off later. So that has to dry again. Yeah, that's the only downside of working with watercolor paints. You need to let it dry. Oh, hi Els, you're back. We finished the other cards. For the people that missed it, you gotta look back, but these are the ones we made before. And now we're making another one. So that is nice and done. I'm going to use that same gold again. Putting that down. Just a tiny drop, because this is highly pigmented. Just picking up a small brush. And I'm going to make some dots with that. Just sort of randomly, very small. I'm not sure you can see them. There they are, you see? Oh, well, that was easy then. Hi, Anna-Grete. Doing the same here. Just making little dots. Here in the center. Here, a bigger one. So that's that. Then I want to take my black, or no, I'm going to take burnt umber. No, I'm going to take black. Where did I put the black? Oh, here. This is an Altenew paintbrush. Just 2 drops of this ink because this is very concentrated. Clean off my brush. Pick up that black. And just, is this going to work? Yes. Just splatter some black on there. There we go. That's more than enough. Nee, it's geen ecoline. It's really ink. It's an acrylic ink. So, try that again. I'm drying again. And I'm going to put a sentiment on this one. And I'm just going to stamp that on directly. I think. No, I'm not actually. I am not. Just bear with me. Bear with me. I'll have to look. No. This one I want to use. I'm going to stamp on that directly. I've made up my mind. And this one is appropriate for all of us, I think. Eat, sleep, craft, craft, sleep, repeat. That's it. Craft, sleep, repeat. Craft, sleep, repeat. And I'm going to stamp that out in black. Just here at the bottom. Give that ink some time to sink in because there's a lot of layers on there. There we go. Nice. And last, I've got a very thin... Yep. I'm just going to make some scribbly lines. Is this going to work? Yes. Some scribbly lines around the edge. With a black fine liner. And repeat that and make it even more scribbly. There we go. Just like that. And this sort of frames it. There we have it. So that's a finished result. And then here we have the other ones that I made. Just gonna spread them out nicely for you. We made these. So yeah. I'm just zooming in so you guys can have a better look. There we go. This is the result for today. I loved it. I loved playing with the watercolors. I'm a huge fan of the watercolors. We all know that. But yeah, this is just, again, a different way to use them. And I love that. I love just playing. Because I experimented this afternoon with it, to be honest. And I made these four. And they are completely different again. But also really nice. So this was the original idea. And then I decided to change my mind and add the gold embossing powder. Because that's what you do, right? You think of something and in the last minute you change it. So, yeah, that was, but these are the ones we made during the live. Love these, and I hope you like them too. That was it for today. Again, don't forget to like, share, and comment to be able to win the $50 gift certificate. And I love to see you the next time. Don't know when. We'll see. Thank you for joining me tonight. Have a great weekend wherever you are, and I'll see you the next one. Thank you. Bye.